to the angel of the church of Ephesus write, these things says he who holds the seven stars in his right hand, who walks in the midst of the seven golden candlesticks. I know your works, and your labor, and your patience, and how you cannot bear those who are evil. And you have tried them who say they are apostles and are not, and have found them to be liars. And you have endured and had patience for my name's sake. You have labored and have not fainted. Nevertheless, I have something against you, because you left your first love. Remember, therefore, from where you have fallen, and repent. Do the works you did at first, or else I will come to you quickly and will remove your candlestick out of its place, unless you repent. But this you have. You hate the deeds of the Nicolaitans, which I also hate. He who has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit says to the churches. To him who overcomes, I will give to eat of the tree of life, which is in the midst of the paradise of God. And to the angel of the church of Smyrna write, these things is the first and the last, who is dead and is alive. I know your works in tribulation and poverty, but you are rich. And I know the blasphemy of those who say they are Jews and are not, but are of the synagogue of Satan. Fear none of those things which you shall suffer. Behold, Satan will cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried. And you will have tribulation for 10 days. Be faithful unto death, and I'll give you a crown of life. He who has an ear to hear, let him hear what the Spirit says to the churches. He that overcomes will not be hurt by the second death. And to the angel of the church in Pergamos write, these things says he who has the sharp two-edged sword. I know your works and where you dwell, where Satan's seat is. And you will hold fast to my name, and have not denied my faith. Even in those days of Antipas, who was my faithful martyr, who was slain among you, where Satan dwells. But I have a few things against you, because you have those there who hold the doctrine of Balaam, who taught Balak to cast a stumbling block before the children of Israel, to cause them to eat things sacrificed unto idols, and to commit fornication. So you also have them who hold the doctrine of the Nicolaitans, which I hate. Repent, or else I'll come to you quickly, and will fight against them with the sword of my mouth. He who has an ear to hear, let him hear what the Spirit says to the churches. To him who overcomes, I will give some of the hidden manna to eat. And will give him a white stone, and in the stone a new name written, which no man knows except the one that receives it. And to the angel of the church of Thyatira write, these things is the Son of God, who has eyes like a flame of fire, and his feet are like fine brass. I know your works, and love, and service, and faith, and your patience, and your works. And the last works will be greater than the first works. Nevertheless, I have a few things against you, because you allow that woman Jezebel, who calls herself a prophetess, to teach and to seduce my servants to commit fornication and to eat things sacrificed to idols. And I gave her time to repent of her fornication, and she refuses to repent. Behold, I will cast her onto a sick bed, and they that commit adultery with her into great tribulation, except they repent of their deeds. And I will strike her children, and they will die. And all the churches shall know that I am he who searches both the will and the heart. And I will give to every one of you according to your works. But to you I say, and to the rest in Thyatira who do not follow this doctrine, and who have not known the depths of Satan, to you I say, I will not put on you any other burden, but that which you have already. Hold fast till I come. And he who overcomes, and who keeps my works to the end, to him I will give the power over the nations, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron, as when vessels of clay are broken to shards, even as I received authority from my Father. And I will give him the morning star. He who has an ear to hear, let him hear what the Spirit says to the churches.